Today we're going to take you on a tour of two traditional Japanese bathhouses. One is aboard a cruise ship and one is on land in Narita, Japan. And as we go along on this tour, I'll be explaining the rules of etiquette that you'll need to know if you want to visit one of these places. One of the first things you'll need to know about these traditional Japanese bathhouses, also called the onsen, is that men and women are segregated into two separate areas. And the entrance to the women's area is usually covered with a red curtain. Now, first things first. Avoid drinking alcohol at least 2 hours before entering an onsen, both for health reasons and to ensure best behavior while you're inside. Check the tattoo policy beforehand, because many traditional onsens will not allow tattoos because of its historical association with organized crime, although some of them will allow tattoos of a certain size. So, make sure to check before going in. But wait, there's one more thing you'll need to know before entering. You will be bathing naked with various people of all ages in the onsen. When I was in the onsen, there were people from all age groups. There were people from age 5 to 15, 15 to 25, and 25 to 45, and all the way to 80 years old. So if you're wondering why nudity is required in a traditional onsen, here it is. You can pause the video if you want to read it all. So if you're not comfortable with what I have mentioned so far, you can opt for a private onsen. But the downside is you're just going to have a smaller pool in a smaller area with fewer choices of temperatures, and you won't get the full traditional experience. But if you're fine with everything I've mentioned so far, then let's step inside. Welcome to the male section of the Izumi Japanese bath aboard the cruise ship Diamond Princess. Now, when you walk in here, you're going to have to remove your shoes. And you're going to have to take one of these clean slippers to go inside, because obviously outside shoes are not allowed inside. Now, here's a lounge area that you can use before or after getting in the onsen. It's a good place to rehydrate after being in there for a while. Now here's a nice area that you can use after to dry off your hair and to moisturize your skin, because they got some lotion and some hand cream in here. Now let's go into the change room. This is where your first authentic Japanese bath experience begins, because this is where you're going to have to strip naked. And sometimes it's not just you, but there's other people here as well. Make sure to leave all your belongings in the locker, and that includes watches, necklaces, everything that's attached to you. Of course, including your phone. The only thing I'm allowed to bring in right now is my medallion, because really that is the only way I can lock and unlock these lockers. Other than that, I leave everything inside the locker. And feel free to use the towels that are inside your locker. Now, this one is only a suggestion. Do not get a Brazilian wax or even trim your pubic hair if you plan to go in an onsen. The Japanese prefer to leave such things in their natural state. So if you remove yours or trim it really short, you will stand out as a tourist and a complete first-timer. You would not want to walk in there and have people look at you and say to themselves, "What is wrong with this guy?" Now, just before you enter, at least in this case, the onsen area, there is a water station, because trust me, you will be dehydrated because you will be exposed to very high temperatures while you're in here. But before entering the hot tubs or the hot spring, you must wash your body completely in the designated shower area. This is probably the most important rule that you must follow before entering an onsen, because the purity of the water is the most important thing in an onsen. And it's one of the reasons why you can't wear anything in an onsen, because clothing such as shorts have detergent in them, they have fabric softeners in them, and they have lint, so you cannot have all that contaminating the water. So make sure to clean your body thoroughly before entering the water. And you can use the washcloth provided as well for that. As you can see, there are different kinds of shower stalls in here. There's some sit-down ones, which is the more traditional style, and there's the stand-up ones for people who prefer to take a shower standing up. Now let's check out the sauna right here. I never really used this because I tried it and it's so hot. I don't even know what the temperature is, but this sauna is so hot. And it's just not for me. It's too hot. So I took a look, I felt the temperature, and I stepped right out. But the pools, the hot tubs are amazing. They're just the right temperature. I actually sat in there for a long time. Now, there were some guys that were with me who were actually laying on the sides here. Just, I think some of them were actually asleep, but it's a really nice, comfortable place to be in. Water temperature is just right. And yeah, but also remember, when you are in the tubs, never let your towel touch the water because, like I said, clothing or any piece of cloth, they all have contaminants in them. So you can put the towel on your head. That's what most people do. And one more thing, do not let your hair touch the water because just like any piece of clothing, our hair have a lot of contaminants in them. Now, since this onsen is aboard a cruise ship, we have a nice view of the ocean as we're sailing along, which adds to the ambiance of the onsen. Another important thing to remember when you're going in an onsen is you have to be quiet. And if you have kids with you, make sure to tell them to be quiet and to behave properly. When I began my session, I was initially worried about noise because I noticed around a dozen kids in the bathhouse. Now, to my surprise, however, they all remained quiet and were all super behaved, so it was still relaxing despite having a few kids around. And of course, the adults were quiet as well. Even though some of them came in together, when they talked to each other, they would just whisper and they would not talk loudly, they would not laugh loudly, and it was just a very pleasant, relaxing, and quiet experience. Also remember to leave the water once in a while and cool off because it's really easy to be overheated because it's so relaxing and you just might pass out and just get a heat stroke. Now let's step outside into the semi-outdoor area. I call it semi-outdoor area, but before that, let's take a look at the steam showers. Look at this. Ooh, yeah, you could really feel the hot steam hit your face right there. Just a really hot steam shower right here. And some regular showers, of course, on this side. Now, this is the semi-outdoor pool because it's kind of outdoors, but it's also indoors. You can see it's still kind of surrounded by walls, and you got the windows facing the ocean, but you got an open roof or open ceiling that just opens up to the sky, so it can be a really pleasant place to be in. Now, once you're ready to leave, once again, you just go back into the shower and give yourself a good scrubbing and maybe put some shampoo on your hair and just clean yourself up and dry off, of course. Make sure you're dry completely before you walk into the change area because you don't want to be walking into the change room all drippy and wet, right? So make sure you're dry by the time you get here. So you all get dressed up in here and you can hang out here if you want. It's a good place, like I said earlier, to rehydrate. So just sit there and have some cool water and relax before you head out if you're not in a hurry. That's the reason you have a little lounge in here. It's a really good place to relax and chill after being in the hot sauna or being in the hot tub. So yeah, so now you're leaving and you're retrieving your shoes. Make sure to leave the slippers in the used slippers basket. Don't put it back in the shelf now.
Now, let's check out the women's side of the Izumi bath on the Diamond Princess. As mentioned previously, there are two gender-segregated sides of the bath with the same entry area, rest area, change room, and lockers. Most of the hot tubs are also similar. However, each side has slightly different facilities, such as one side having a eucalyptus mist steam room as you've seen previously, while this side features special showers like these. So, they switch on a regular basis, allowing guests to experience both configurations.
Now let's go and visit the outdoor pool that is still part of Izumi Japanese bath on this ship.
At the stern of the ship, you will find the terrace pool, an adults-only area which offers a quiet retreat from the main ship activities. Located at the aft of the ship, it provides a beautiful view of the ship's wake on the ocean. Please note though that this is not a nude area and you have to be in your swimsuits to enjoy the space.
Also, you have to be a guest of the Izumi Japanese bath to gain access to this pool. Now let's have a look at the other onsen facility that we visited in Narita, Japan. As you can see, we have our luggage here because we just got off the ship, and from the ship we went straight into the onsen, and they have the lockers here just like we had on the ship, only in a different configuration. Here is a lay down massage pool where you could lay down and get some water jets massaging your back and your sides. It can accommodate up to 4 people. And here's a hot stone bed which you could lay. Again, it could accommodate 4 people, and you lay in there, you get some warm water over hot stone. This is one of my favorites here, this huge bowl here. There's 2 of them, and basically you can just sit in there and it's almost like you're cooking in warm water, but it's very, very relaxing. There's 2 giant pools out here. As far as outdoor pool is concerned, these 2 are my favorites, and this one on the right side is where I stayed at the longest. Maybe another one on the inside, which I will show you shortly, but the color of the water you're going to notice is because of the mineral content. And even though they're side by side, these 2 pools have slightly different temperatures. But for me, the one that suits me best would be the one on the right side. It's still early, so there's not a lot of people here right now, but eventually some people started walking in, and by the middle of the day there were probably around 30 of us here, just combined all ages from, once again, from 5 till 80 years old. Interestingly, a very nice elderly Japanese gentleman tried to initiate conversation with me when he was sitting beside me in the pool, but I had to say, "Sumimasen, Nihongo ga hanasenai," which means, "I'm sorry, but I do not speak Japanese." So he just bowed and we just sat there quietly, enjoying the peaceful ambiance of the onsen. Now there's the sauna, which once again was too hot for me, so I never really stayed in there. But there's a TV in there if you want to watch something while enjoying the heat. And there's a cold pool there on the left, which on the other hand was too cold for me. In this onsen, you can actually leave the pool area to have lunch or just to have a meal, and then you can go back inside. But of course, you have to go through all the procedures once again for re-entry, such as taking a shower and all that. But have a look at my lunch. That is so good.
Visit our channel for more travel videos and subscribe to see what's next.
And there's a lot more coming up, so don't miss it.
Live your best life, everyone!